Morning. A bit annoyed this morning. So what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd channel that energy into highlighting some fear-mongering propaganda. And this is a BBC article after yesterday's announcement by Boris and his fucking chums. There could be a large number in the jump of COVID hospital admissions if in England, if restrictions are not tightened, government scientists say. The SAGE committee, right, how much has SAGE got correct so far? Anyway, the SAGE committee has said its modelling suggests hospitalisations could reach 2,000 to 7,000 per day. It's quite a big range. Next month, and they currently are just over 750. But they added a relatively light set of measures could curb infections. Curb your infection. PM Boris Johnson said he hopes increasing vaccination means fresh restrictions can be avoided. And then he goes on, announces his winter plan and all that bullshit. Goes on, but talking about the modellers and all the speculation, which has been proved to be incorrect time and time again during this pandemic. But it's never corrected afterwards. But we go on. It goes on about all this fucking bullshit, this Hugh Pym analysis for the BBC. It just goes on, but the return of schools and colleges could push up case rates. Another large wave of hospitalisations loom, they say. Yeah, the return of schools and colleges will push up case rates because everyone will be getting tested. And then the people who test positive for coronavirus and have absolutely no symptoms will be highlighted. Whether them people who show no symptoms are a problem or not remains to be seen, really, doesn't it? But anyway, well, my GP hates me. Yeah, do you know what? I think my GP hates me too. But you can piss off TikTok, thank you. Yeah, fucking GP. Oh. Anyway, speaking of Downing Street press conference Tuesday, Mr. Johnson said he hoped vaccination programme meant the UK could remain one of the most free societies in Europe. Right. Okay. That will bring me on to this then. So, Boris, if your vaccination programme is so helpful and so useful, it's going to help us out so much, kindly explain this to me. On Tuesday, the UK reported a further 26,628 cases and another 185 deaths within 28 days of a positive test. So it's not died of coronavirus, it's just died after having a test. I mean, at some points during the lockdown, anybody who died had coronavirus on their death certificates. We don't actually know how many people died of COVID. No one has any idea at all whatsoever, mainly due to hospitals being incentivised by having COVID deaths with extra funding. But we can't sieve that out. No one knows the true figures, no one. So there's no point even talk about it. But the point is, died within 28 days of positive test doesn't mean died of coronavirus. That person still might have died of cancer, emphysema, lung disease, anything, not COVID. But anyway, on 15th of September, this is last year, so 15th of December last year, 3,105 cases, 27 deaths and 1066 patients in hospital. So a year after the vaccine programme was rolled out and everyone started getting vaccinated and stuff like that, there are more deaths, there are more cases, and there are more people in hospital. And that's with 81.2% of over 16s vaccinated. So how is your vaccination programme helping us then? Because it's all gone up. Or is this just one of these cases where you're manipulating the data to do what you want to do? Anyway, I mean, I don't usually try and make sense out of this shit because it hasn't made sense from the start of it. And I haven't bought into the fear of it like a lot of people have. mainly because I don't trust the government. I don't trust the mainstream media. And if you do, just know that they've lied to you. Both our government and the mainstream media have lied to you for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Yet you still trust what they say. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't really show for me how the vaccination programme has helped us. So I am one of the just 5% who hasn't been vaccinated, and I will remain to be so. Now, what I see coming is another lockdown, isn't it? In the winter, another lockdown, because all the cases will go up and everything will go around and we'll go, oh shit, we're going to have a lockdown. And everyone will go, yeah, lockdown. Now, here's my problem with that. Anyone thinking we should have a lockdown, this is my problem. The only point of reference we have for lockdowns working or not is Sweden. Okay? Now, let me explain to you the statistics between the UK, who had a harsh lockdown, a couple of lockdowns, or 3, whatever, and Sweden, who had none, and very little mask usage. So Sweden, cases, 1,141,000, blah, 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 blah. Turns out to be 11.19% of their population. They've had 14,688 deaths, which is 0.14% of their population. So that's Sweden, no lockdowns, little mask usage. Whereas the UK, 7,282,000, blah, 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 out of 67 million, which is about 10.88%. So lower than Sweden. And just a little bit. And the deaths, 134,446, which is 0.2%, which is higher. So us who had the lockdowns and had all the masks and had all that fear shoved down our fucking throats about not living our lives, didn't work out as well as it did for the Swedes, who carried on working, their businesses kept going, the economy was kept afloat as much as it possibly could during this fucking terrible time. So yeah, that's my views on it. Bit of fucking carpool politics, I think I'm going to call my new little segment. Other than I ain't got no mates, so I ain't got no one to carpool with, and I don't drive to work. I'm just sitting in the car because it makes it look better. But if you do want to come and be a guest on carpool, what do I call it? Carpool politics, COVID carpool politics. Get in touch, and we'll. I can't even drive it because it's not taxed, and I'm not insured in it, so we can't even go for a drive. We just have to sit in the car. But yeah, if you want to come and have a rant about it, get in touch. Let's have a rant about it. Even if you want to be like, if you disagree with my opinion, please know that I won't hold that against you, and we can still be pals and that. Like, I have loads of pals who are well fucking feared up about all this stuff. I still, well, sometimes don't give them a hug because I don't want to. I give them the old elbow bump or whatever. I don't know. Like, if you buy into the fear about it, that doesn't make you my enemy. It just means you've got a different perspective, and we're allowed to have different perspectives. If we all had the same perspective, it would be a pretty scary place, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think that's about enough for me. Fucking rambling on now. I will catch you on the flip side.